Hello class, a hearty welcome to the online teaching classes of St. Thomas High School, Mahua. Today, I, Raja Parekh, am here to further continue with the subject of social science for the students of class 8th. My dear students, in the last lecture, we saw that how the planning of the revolt was done and what did Mangal Pandey do in order to start the revolt. We saw that Mangal Pandey joined the British army as a soldier at rupees 7 as his salary. The Indian soldiers who agreed to revolt waited till 31st March, whereas a 26-year-old Mangal Pandey could not wait. So he refused to use the Enfield rifle and challenged the British officer. Sergeant Major Heso ordered to arrest him, but Mangal Pandey shot him. He defeated other Britishers too. The Indian soldier refused to arrest Mangal Pandey, being a Brahmin. When he was concerned by the British officer, a bleeding Mangal Pandey was taken to hospital because the Britishers wanted to get the information about the plan of revolt for him. So, when he shot the British officer and injured the other British officers too, the main Britishers started to give a warrant against Mangal Pandey, but the Indian soldiers refused to catch him, and hence, when Mangal Pandey was caught, the Britishers took him to the hospital in order to save his life so that they can get more information about the revolt from him. But the military court pretended to run a case against Mangal Pandey on 6th April 1857. The entire proceeding was in English and he was sentenced to death at the end. But he did not divulge any information regarding the revolt to Britishers, even though when he was arrested and the court gave him the punishment for death, but he did not reveal any information to the Britishers. That's how our patriots were. He was hanged at 5:30 a.m. on 8th of April, and that's how he became the first martyr of the revolt 1857. So when he was ordered to death, he was hanged on 5:30 a.m. at 8th of April, and hence he became the first martyr of the revolt of 1857. My dear students, here is a map of India, that which were the main centers, which were the main parts of India joining the revolt, the major centers of revolt of 1857. Now let's see the spread of the revolt and its leaders. Who were the main leaders who had spread the revolt and guided the people in order to revolt against the Britishers? The very first comes Delhi and Bahadur Shah Zafar. The soldier reached Delhi from Meerut, now known as Meerut, in the morning of 11th May. They could capture Delhi with the help of Indian soldiers present there. They convinced the 80-year-old Mughal Emperor Bahadur Shah Zafar to accept the leadership of revolt. This news infused a new life in the revolt, and many regions of India joined the revolt. The very first center which was created was in Delhi, and hence the soldiers of Meerut could capture Delhi with the help of the Indian soldiers who were already present over there. And at last, when they convinced the king of Delhi, the Mughal emperor of Delhi, Bahadur Shah Zafar, it was something which gave a new life to the revolt. The very next comes is Kanpur and Nana Sahib. Kanpur broke into the revolt on 4th of June 1857, and Nana Sahib Peshwa was asked to assume the leadership of the revolt. However, they had to surrender to the Britishers following an acute shortage of food and water due to a 22-day long siege. So hence, after conquering Delhi, they moved towards Kanpur, and on 4th of June, they revolted in Kanpur, and Nana Sahib Peshwa was believed to be the leader of this revolt. However, at last they have to surrender themselves to the Britishers as they had a shortage of food and water after the 22 days long fight. The very next come is Bihar and Kuwar Singh. Patna and Jagdishpur were the main center of revolt in Bihar. Kunwar Singh, a 70-year-old landlord, was the leader of this revolt. He fought bravely against the Britishers. During a battle, he got shot in his arm. To stop the poison of spreading in his body, he chopped off his hand from the elbow and offered it to river Ganga. He freed Jagdishpur from the British control before he died. So then very next comes Bihar, and the leadership was handed over to Kunwar Singh. He was a 70-year-old landlord who fought bravely against the Britishers. When he got shot in his arm, he cut his hand from the elbow and offered it to river Ganga, and he ensured the people that before he died he freed Jagdishpur from the clutches of Britishers. So my dear students, this was how our brave patriots were. In the very next class we will continue the various other parts which took a great part in the revolt of 1857. Till then, stay at your home and stay safe. Do read the chapter from the textbook itself. Thank you and have a nice day.